Welcome back to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K Sap. Well, things got even worse in Cleveland, and Tony Grossi was damn near in tears when he was talking about Dillon Gabriel's performance. But we all know Tony Grossi has stood 10 toes down in saying Dillon Gabriel is better than Shedeur Sanders. And Tony Rizzo lights up the whole Cleveland Browns organization. But we're going to unpack all that here next, here on the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Well, guys, man, I'm here to tell you, man, that on 92.3 The Fan in Cleveland, Tony Rizzo show, he thinks change is coming after the bye week, and Tony Rizzo just went straight ham on the Cleveland Browns organization, on Dillon Gabriel and Kevin Stefanski. Now, we all know that this is one of these stories that everybody has been paying close attention to. It's a lot of things going on out there about Shedeur Sanders. See, it all started because of where he was drafted. And then when he got drafted by the Cleveland Browns organization, heading into training camp, we heard all these stories about Shedeur Sanders not getting any reps because they had Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett, and they drafted Dillon Gabriel in the third round. And they was hell-bent on having Dillon Gabriel is that backup quarterback to Joe Flacco. But Kevin Stefanski made it be known that it was a quarterback competition, but it was never a competition because Kevin Stefanski loves Dillon Gabriel. That's his guy. So Dillon Gabriel, after all the smoke cleared, when Joe Flacco started the season as QB1, no, Dillon Gabriel was QB2. Shedeur Sanders was the emergency quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Now, everything has transpired and unfolded. Joe Flacco was traded. Kenny Pickett was traded during training camp. Also, Tyler Huntley was released, and now he is starting for the Baltimore Ravens. Now, what happened was they picked up Bailey Zappi for the practice squad. So now Dillon Gabriel, since Joe Flacco has been traded, Dillon Gabriel has the keys to the Cleveland Browns. Dillon Gabriel has started the last 4 games for the Cleveland Browns, and they have a record of 1-3 with Dillon Gabriel behind the helm. But we all know against the Miami Dolphins, it was all about the run game and the defense, run game of Quinshon Judkins, and the defense led by Myles Garrett. Now, what we saw yesterday against the New England Patriots should let you guys know that Dillon Gabriel is not an NFL starting quarterback. He is a backup quarterback. And he's the type of backup quarterback that only should be put in the game if it's an emergency, if players are hurt, quarterbacks are hurt. Now, Tony Grossi has been Dillon Gabriel's biggest supporter, and Tony Grossi himself has seen enough, and he cannot back Dillon Gabriel up no more. And I've stated this several times after each game Dillon Gabriel has been in there about Tony Grossi cannot back him up no more. No more excuses. And then Tony Rizzo just went crazy on Dillon Gabriel and Kevin Stefanski and said he has seen enough. It's time to move on and put Shedeur Sanders in the game. And the thing about it is, leading up to that game against New England, they said Shedeur Sanders had a back end. How many times have I told you, and how many times have y'all watched Shedeur Sanders getting beat up and brutalized in Colorado? He was the most sacked quarterback in the FBS his first year in Colorado, but he never missed a game. And then you tell me that you inactivate him and activate Bailey Zappi to quarterback 2 for this New England Patriots game. So that should let you know it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. It's a theory. They wanted Dillon Gabriel to go out there, regardless of what the score was, try to patent your stats, but it didn't work. And Tony Grossi cannot back him no more. We're going to listen to what Tony Grossi had to say, and then we're going to follow that up with what Rizzo was talking about, because Rizzo just let him have it. But before we get off into that, we partnered up with Underdog Fantasy, and this is a word from our sponsor. Underdog Fantasy is the best way to play fantasy sports. Let me tell you about the easiest way to get in on some WNBA and NBA action. Find your player, pick higher or lower, win you some extra cash. Pick between 2 to 5 players to fill out your pick'em entry, get every pick right, and win some serious cash. Use my promo code SBD23 and receive up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Now that it's football time, follow Simply Ball Dropping as I share my picks. Like I said, pick your player, choose your amount, win money. Make picks, win cash. Thank you, Underdog Fantasy, for the partnership with us, and thank you for using promo code SBD23 on Underdog Fantasy. Now, guys, with that being said, let's take a listen to what Tony Grossi had to say, and I want y'all to pay attention to his voice. Like he was heartbroken. Pay attention to what he said, and then we'll follow that up with Riz. Take a listen.
I think yesterday was just Gabriel. I don't know what happened to him. If this game came directly after the Pittsburgh game, I would have said, I think he got, affected by that pounding he took in Pittsburgh. But he didn't look that way against Miami. He is just not getting the throws downfield, and he's not getting the looks. Isaiah Bond was open on that kind of scrambled play where Gabriel got tied up. He got out of the rush, and he just didn't see him quick enough and threw it out of bounds. The intentional grounding, come on, there's no excuse for that in the end zone. So I'm really down on Gabriel after that game. I know it's only his 4th start. Like I said, I've been defending him as much as anybody, and I just lay that game on the quarterback.
Now, you heard what Tony Grossi had to say. He was heartbroken. Now, let's listen to how Rizzo just destroyed this whole Cleveland Browns organization. Let's take a listen.
Dillon Gabriel looked like Dillon Gabriel. His luck finally ran out with the picks. He also gave up a safety. Chris, I've seen enough. I said I've seen enough last week. But if Shedeur can't stay healthy, you're going to get him on the field. Chris, did he work out on the field before the game?
Yeah, tried to get loose and get ready.
How do you get hurt? They won't even let the kid play.
Riz, I can't explain it.
Phantom back injury, huh? You brought back Myles Garrett, Chris, for $100-some million guaranteed, and he's playing his ass off. And what's your record?
You have 2 wins.
You got beat by 19 points, and the guy had 5 sacks. You need a quarterback. It's a quarterback-driven league, not a defensive end-driven league. Of course, you need good defensive ends. You need edge rushers. They complement a good offense. Your offense is terrible. It's the same script. How many times do I have to see the same? I've heard from people around the league that cannot believe the Browns have not prepared Shedeur Sanders to play in it. They're 2-6, and it's what are you waiting for? Are you waiting till you're 2-12 when it doesn't mean anything? And then who cares?
It doesn't mean anything now. You're 2-6. You're not going anywhere.
So what are they waiting for?
Riz, I don't know. Now is a perfect time to make the change. Does anybody really think running Dillon Gabriel out there he's going to get better? The answer is no. So why not make the change? You have 2 weeks to prepare Shedeur.
They won't do it.
Of course they won't, because nothing they have done starting since the end of the year last year at the quarterback position has made
any sense.
Nothing has made sense.
And for that reason alone, Chris, the front office needs to go.
Now, y'all heard what Tony Rizzo and them had to say. Tony Rizzo is a real one, man. And did y'all listen to what Tony Grossi had to say? Tony Grossi can't even defend Dillion Gabriel no more. But I want you to keep this same energy, because we've been telling you, Tony Grossi, that Dillion Gabriel is not the answer. And all this hate and vitriol you got for Shedeur Sanders, I don't want you to switch up now. When Shedeur Sanders gets his chance to get in a football game and to start for the Cleveland Browns, when he balls out, I don't want you singing no kumbayas. I don't want to hear nothing from you, Tony Grossi, because look, at this particular time, when Shedeur Sanders gets in the game, he balls out, you got to humble yourself. And then Tony Rizzo been keeping it a buck the whole time about this whole situation. He's been telling you, just like I've been telling you guys, Dillion Gabriel is not the man. Dillion Gabriel is not the answer. He just told y'all, Cleveland, you need a quarterback, and he's referencing put Shedeur in the game. Then he referenced the phantom back injury. See, there's a lot of theories about that back injury. Like I told you, it's a lot of smoke and mirrors when it comes to Shedeur Sanders. But at this time, guys, brace yourself, because change is coming, and we can feel it down the pipeline. I see everybody in the comment section, #salute. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, turn your post notifications on so you know every time Simply Ball drops another hot banger. Oh yeah, just in case I forgot. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It might not be for you, but it might be for them. Also, guys, get down in the comment section. I want to hear your thoughts. And this is going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host, the man behind the mic, K-Sap. Catch you on the next one.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share on all major platforms.
That's all, folks.